Hi guys, I just wanted to make a quick video for you because it has been, basically I've been in a very kind of channeling place for the past, I don't know, maybe a couple of weeks, but just a place where I feel like I'm receiving a lot of messages and being completely thrown right back into the twin flame narrative, the twin flame story, all of that. Having said that, if you click the link in the description, I am doing a twin flame masterclass on the 28th of December. So please click that link. It's free. You do need to register though on the 28th of December because I have just, there are 7 steps, 7 things that every twin flame needs to know that just kind of like came to me, and I'm going to get it out there. For 2020. I feel like 2020 is a really powerful year. I'm calling it the year of clear vision. Like I said, I've been getting a lot of downloads or channeled kind of stuff come through. And this is really about twin flame union. But it also just like, it really is about twin flame union, but the twin flame connection. Because what keeps coming to me is this, this question: how can there be this person that's in union and they seem to be less? And this is why it gets tricky, because it is about measuring, it is about measurements. But it's kind of like, how can you be in union, a twin flame union, and yet you seem to be less awakened or less enlightened? I know that there's a little bit of a difficulty within communities or within kind of the culture right now where you're not allowed to say, or I am better than this person, or this person is better than that. And I feel like that is absolutely true. Nobody is better than anybody else, but we have different strengths and we are different and we have different expressions. We have different destinies. There are some people that are meant to become self-realized. Essentially, we are all on a path to self-realization, but what we become and who we are in that realized state is very, very different. So here's the thing about twin flame union. Twin flame union is about being self-realized, and I would also say self-actualized, and beyond that, kind of like self-dissolved, right? And the issue with that, but really it's about self-realization. It's really about becoming what we are, and also understanding that that is a continual process. But we are all vibrating, or all giving a different vibration to the universe. So we are all a slightly different note in this beautiful orchestra and this cacophony of sound that is the universe. And so what you need to do is find your unique, it's like a barcode, like a code. You've got to find your unique code, and you have to kind of like be in that code. And it's almost like once you get to that state, then nothing ever stays still. It's not like you get there. You never get there, but you evolve that code essentially. It's almost like you start building extra code. Some people talk about, if you find extra DNA or things like that, it's like you actually start building more code. There are people that just have simpler codes, or they don't need to reach what they are. Essentially, is a simpler code, and I would say not such a high vibration. So there are people that can reach twin flame union in a lower vibration because their code is just more simple. And so in that regard, you shouldn't ever look at other twin flames or twin flame unions, or even listen to a twin flame that's in union or not, or whatever, or anyone, and think that they know how to get you anywhere on your journey. And it's also that I've worked with hundreds of people and have had this experience that there's a lot of people that are kind of in separation or apart, or living twin flame love, not in a twin flame relationship, shall we say. Well, it's very difficult to find the terms, but not, doing, not in what we would call a kind of relationship by cultural terms, social, cultural kind of terms, who are just the most or the most essentially real, or the most awakened, or the most enlightened, or the most, to be honest, the most loving. I actually experience, this is kind of what it is. It's like vibration is love. And there are some people that don't have to love at such a high level that can be in union. Or and this is a very difficult video to make and a very difficult thing to talk about, because it's not to say that it's very difficult to talk about any kind of hierarchy or in without sounding as though we're condemning or judging without judgment. So, you've got to be able to look at things everything without judgment. You've got to be able to allow people to be different without judgment in their experiences. And then you can really allow yourself to be whoever you are without judgment. That's what other people are kind of there to invite us to experience. So if you find that you're judging that idea that there's essentially that people have different codes and different self-realization levels, then notice that. But the message that I have been drawn to share with you is that really the simple thing is you cannot compare your experience with anybody else's experience. And especially if you feel like you've experienced the most suffering, the most separation, but you are in the most love. It's not that there is anything missing. Well, it is. It's not that there's anything missing. It's not that there's anything wrong. There is always more for you to become. It may be that you haven't quite locked into that self-realized, self-actualized code that life wants you to get to, that is where you experience this highest love. It may be that that's true and you're on that path, but what you got to understand is it's almost like it is like this. I see it when I visualize it, and I kind of given the vision, it's kind of like, it's like a journey, and it is like an upward kind of pole, right? But it's like some people, they only need to get here to experience union. And it doesn't mean they're not twin flames as well, kind of thing, because I'm not even going to go into all of that. But it's more that, check out my video, What is a Twin Flame, if you want to know. I'll put it up here. But it's that some people will reach union at a lower level, shall we say, and because that's what they're supposed to do. That's essentially the capacity of what they're here to live on Earth. And others need to get to a much higher level. So if you look at this person who's in union down here, or, and I mean kind of like people anywhere, or anyone that, they're like, I'm in unconditional love in a relationship, essentially. That's what it is. And you'll go, well, I want to be here. Then that's not work. That's not going to work. You have to go up here. You have to keep going up to where you need to get to where you need to get to. So, but the biggest kind of message here is that you've got to understand that your journey is unique. And in my experience of working with people, especially on my, just the people that I work with more regularly and intensively with, it's these incredible people, and this is an incredible person, and you can be so loving and so awakened or whatever, just so in so much love, but you won't experience that twin flame union. And you've got to also take into account the collective aspect, which is that we all have essentially it's like bands of vibration. If the collective, for want of a better word, if the general kind of vibration of what's occurring and happening on Earth is here, and the highest you can get to is there, but your self-realization is there, you're going to feel like there's nothing you can do, and you're going to feel frustrated. But you have, there is a capacity, there is an aspect of it that's, you're kind of like waiting. So really the big message is, let yourself be on your own journey. But also it's for all those people that feel like they've been on this path, been on this journey, been going for a long time. It's challenging, it's difficult. They've awakened and awakened and awakened and found more and more and more, and in love and finding all this incredible stuff and living this life. And yet there is still this experience of lack, because they're not quite there yet, and they can have that experience. And I'm saying that's okay. Don't judge yourself on that experience if you feel like you haven't quite gotten there yet. And my experience is that the people with the highest possible vibration are the ones that, to be honest, they're the people that, if you're attracted to what I'm doing here, this is the people that I'm wanting to work with, is the people that are operating at the highest possible vibrations. And because truly because I believe that's my role, that's my job, right? So I'm passionate about, well, not even passionate, I am passionate about it, but I feel like my role and my job here is to support you in that. And I get to work with the most loving, incredible, powerful beings. The good thing about this, if you feel like you're one of those, is that you get so much magic. You get to live in so much magic. And that's what I'm wanting to really gift you with, the perspective, the door to enter into with. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that and say thank you. And if this sounds like something you want to do, then all the links to all of my bits and pieces are in the description, and get on the train with me, because I'm interested in you living absolute joy, passion, love, and magic every day.